For your safety and for the safety of others around you, kindly follow all COVID protocols. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mayura and I am your MC for the day. Today is a big day for us at Ashok Leyland as we proudly celebrate the second anniversary of the Bada Dost, our future-ready LCV, which comes with many industry-first customer-centric offerings. On this occasion, we are happy to launch two new variants in the Bada Dost range, Badados I1 and Badados I2, along with the Badados Limited Edition, which is loaded with features that are equal to that of a passenger car. Staying ahead of the curve has always what we want to be. On this note, we have a small AV for you. Can we have the team AV, please?
We at Ashok Leyland have always taken the lead, stayed ahead of the rest. We, along with you, our stakeholders, have dared to break limits. Caring for the nation together. Today, we face different challenges. But to us, challenges ignite our imagination. It is this spirit that has brought us this far, inspiring us to set the pace for the new future of mobility. We at Ashok Leyland accelerate forward to a new horizon, promising to always stay ahead of the curve.
May I now invite our chairman, Mr. Dheeraj Hinduja, to give the keynote address.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us today. As you just heard, the theme of this year at Ashok Leyland is ahead of the curve. The fabric of Ashok Leyland has embodied this theme over the years. The journey continues and we aim to stay ahead of the curve, be it in our technology, our products, our solutions, our processes, and above all, our people capabilities to create a sustainable future. It is a very significant day for us as we are launching Badados I1, I2, and Badados Limited Edition, expanding the Badados range. The earlier range of Badados were launched in September 2020. To give you a little bit of history, our LCV journey began in 2008. We were fortunate that the launch of Dost in 2011 became a runaway success with our customers. This was followed with the launch of Partner and Mitra. In September 2020, with a record development time of 24 months, we launched Badados. Badados has made a huge impact in the market and has been well accepted for its best-in-class power, payload, and comfort. With a car-like experience, best-in-industry sales, and customer satisfaction indices, we have set new benchmarks and raise the bar in the industry. The LCV range, including the Dost and Bada Dost family, fulfills a very important strategic goal for Ashok Leyland. Globally, LCVs account for nearly 70% of the commercial vehicle market, and with our current portfolio, we are ready to address this. These products have been designed with a view to export to many global markets, helping us to get closer to our vision of being a top 10 global commercial vehicle maker. In India, the upswing in e-commerce sector since the pandemic and the change in the purchasing habits has resulted in increased last-mile transport requirements, thus improving smaller truck demand. Demand has also been supported by agricultural segment due to the continued healthy harvest, and we expect an around 8 to 10% growth in the LCV segment. Today, our LCV range covers 58% of the market. As we go forward, our endeavor is to ensure that we cover all segments of the commercial vehicle market and all relevant applications that are required by our customers. Ashok Leyland has always been known for its innovative and technological capabilities. AL has introduced the industry-first products right from the year it started 74 years ago. We continue this trend with the successful and high-profile launch of our double-decker electric bus in Mumbai recently. Our Avatar range of vehicles launched in 2020 were again India's first modular range of trucks with significantly enhanced performance, comfort, and TCO. The same philosophy continues in LCV too. I am sure the new launches today will add to the stable of successful product launches by Ashok Leyland, and we will continue to launch further industry-leading products in LCV. We are working to ensure that our whole range of products will be available in alternate fuels, whether it is in CNG, LNG, hydrogen, or electric through our subsidiary Switch. We are seeing a shift in LCV towards electric, and I'm pleased to say that within the next 6 months, you will see new products launched in electric by Switch. We are also working to ensure that our customers have access to service and parts across India. Today, with over 464 dealers and 756 authorized service centers, we want to ensure that our customers have the comfort of knowing that we are available for them at all times. As mentioned, our vision is to be a global top 10 commercial vehicle player. MHCV, International, and LCV will play a crucial role in achieving this vision. We are committed to invest in technology, products, partners, and in our people to make this vision a reality. I would like to thank all of you, our suppliers, customers, dealer partners, bankers, and authorities for their support. I believe that this range of LCV will truly set us on our path to achieve our vision and increase our market share in India and also open avenues for the rest of the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. May I now invite Mr. Rajat Gupta, Head LCV, to introduce the two new variants and explain how Ashok Leyland's LCV portfolio gets better and stronger from here.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to witness yet another path-breaking launch by the LCV business at Ashok Leyland. The LCV segment is poised to grow steadily, globally, and in the booming Indian economy due to the increased focus on the hub and spoke transportation, growth in e-commerce, as well as related industry. With the Dost range of SCV which we launched initially, Ashok Leyland successfully addressed the lower end of the 2 to 3.5 ton sub-segment. And with the introduction of the Bada Dost 2 years before, we continue to expand our reach to the entire 2 to 3.5 ton segment, which has also helped us gaining our market share, which we are now a bit above 20%, and we expect to grow more. Let me tell you a little bit about Bada Dost. Bada Dost was conceptualized and developed with the needs of our customer in mind. We have done an intensive survey for understanding the customer need and what exactly they want from the vehicle. Our promise was big on comfort, big on performance, and big on savings. Keeping this in mind, Bada Dost is designed to deliver just that. Bada Dost provide a car-like comfort while driving and best-in-class load-carrying capacity, having the widest and the longest load body, maximizing customer profit. Over 35,000 Bada Dosts are currently operating successfully in the market across the country, and out of which 15% have already covered 1.5 lakh kilometers individually. This shows the success of Bada Dost. Today is a proud moment for us as we unveil 2 more vehicles on this proven platform, Badados I1 and Badados I2. Badados I1 and I2 both are powered by our P15 iGen 6 engine and are placed in 2.5 ton to 2.8 ton GVW range. Both the I1 and I2 offer the longest and the widest deck, best in its class. The vehicles also have driver plus 2 passing as the standard, which we introduced as industry first in the market. Both I1 and I2, owing to their low turning radius, are the ideal vehicles for inter and intra-city applications. In addition to this, to mark our 2nd anniversary of the Bada Dost platform, we are introducing a special limited edition Bada Dost, the first in class LCV, which will feature a 7-inch infotainment system, reverse camera, and a central locking system. The focus, as always, is to provide these features to maximize comfort for drivers and enhance their experiences. The Bada Dost, now with all the vehicles from I1 to I4 range, is set to create a paradigm shift in the customer experience. Our vehicle ensures comfort, connect people and businesses seamlessly, navigate through highways, city lanes, suburban roads, and the hilly terrain with very ease. With this new launch and future ones, we will continue to provide an unbeatable experience to our customer. That's our promise. And I would like to say at the end to thank all of you for your presence to witness our new and exciting launch. We at Ashok Leyland are committed to serving our customers in the true spirit of Aapki Jeet, Hamari Jeet. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. May I now invite Mr. Viplav Shah, Head Sales and Marketing, Small Commercial Vehicles, to present a detailed product overview.
Good afternoon, friends from the media, colleagues from Ashok Leyland, and dealer partners. Let me begin by giving you a philosophy of how we design our products and what is our motto of customer satisfaction. Typically, if you see a small commercial vehicle or a small truck owner, he'll end up spending anywhere from 10 to 14 hours in his vehicle. Now, this vehicle is not just a breadwinner. It's a home away from home, and that's a very key concept. The vehicle is a home away from home for these kind of customers. It's not just that. It's a friend, it's a companion, and it's a friend in which the customer puts his or her trust in terms of safety, in terms of comfort, in terms of their own lives. If you see, in about 9 lakhs roughly is what is the cost of these kind of vehicles. You will today get a hatchback car that is fully loaded with features, or you will get an entry-level sedan. And therefore, when we design our vehicles and we look at customer experience, we keep this in mind, that the customer is not buying this vehicle just for moving load from point A to point B. He is not just looking for mileage to make extra money. He wants a good ride. And that's the philosophy that we adopt when we look at customer experience, when we look at designing our products. So let me take you through this journey in a very quick fashion in the next few slides. So how do we design our products? How do we design our customer experience? Very simple. We treat our customer like a car customer. and our entire thinking comes from there. Whether it is giving car-like showrooms that you see on the screen or giving car-like workshops, all our processes are laid down as per the car industry. We track the customer satisfaction in sales and service, and we are very proud that we have industry-leading scores. And when it comes to product designing, it's all about customer centricity, not just in carrying load or getting mileage. It is all about how the customer can enjoy the ride. And the proof is in the numerous awards that we've won over a period of time. And the other proof is that we have record volumes and market share as I stand here today. The Bada Dost platform, as you would have heard, was launched in September 2020. It's been 2 years. In a short period, we have done a lot. To begin with, we have won all possible awards that a product can win. The most prestigious being the Apollo CV Awards, where we won the Pickup of the Year and the CV of the Year. The second most prestigious, the CII Design Excellence Award, that was won. We also won the Auto Launch of the Year Award that happened for our Phygital launch. And to top it all, we won the ET Now Pickup of the Year and CV of the Year. We have 35,000 vehicles on the road, done more than 700 million kilometers, and more than 15% of these vehicles have clocked 1.5 kilometers, a testimony that they are running fine, a testimony to the design that our product development team has put up. So we are gathered here today, to look at the new entrants in the Bada Dost family. I'll just quickly take you through the all three that we are launching here today. The first one is the Bada Dost I1. It comes with a powerful 70 HP engine that delivers 170 Newton meter torque. The deck length is 8 foot 5 inches by 5 foot 7 inches. In terms of understanding, when I look at similar competition, we are about 6.9% higher when it comes to loading area. The TCD is 10.6 meter. Typically a car will be 9.5 meters. So it turns like a car. And the payload is 1250 kg. So it's targeted at customers who want to use it more within the cities, within the towns, given that it's extremely agile and yet can carry a lot of load. The second vehicle that we are launching is the Bada Dost I2. It's the bigger version. It has 70 HP but a higher torque of 190 Newton meter, a much longer deck length of 9 foot, 5 foot 7 inches width. Again, when compared to competition, it's about 7% more loading area. TCD is about 11.3 meters and the payload is a whopping 1425 kgs. Now, this vehicle serves two purposes. You can do both intra-city, within the city you can move it, but given its speed and the kind of torque it delivers, you can do also long distances. So this vehicle is going to be positioned for customers who want to deliver their goods both in the last mile within the city as well as taken between cities and towns. The third launch that we have marks our second anniversary. It's our limited edition, and true to its name, we've got tagline of Truck B, Car B. It's got standard features like AC and power steering, but just like a car, we have a 7-inch foldable infotainment system, a reverse camera, a central locking, wheel caps, and the customer will have his name pasted on the vehicle. It's going to be personalized in that sense. So the theme of the launch for the limited edition is Truck B, Car B. Of course, all our vehicles, we say they have a feel of a car and power of a truck. If you see the screen, the Bada Dost is a certified 3-seater in which a family can move. It's the first one in the segment to have a certified 3-seater. We have a gear on the dash making a walk-through cabin in which you can also have a provision to go to sleep. So a lot of thoughtful features like this provision of going to sleep is because we know our drivers need to take rest between trips. So a lot of things that have gone into the vehicle. I'll just take you through a short video which will give you a better idea of the limited edition that we are launching.
Priya, breakfast ready hai beta?
Thanks.
Priya, come beta.
पापा मुझे अपनी कार में स्कूल छोड़ देंगे प्लीज।
सुनिए ना, मुझे भी शॉपिंग जाना है, अपनी कार में छोड़ देंगे प्लीज?
Sure.
यस।
Bada Dost Limited Edition. Truck bhi, car bhi.
Let me reiterate, all of these features that you see are industry first in small and light commercial vehicles. In fact, as our theme says, staying ahead of the curve, we have always kept ourselves in customer shoes and kept on innovating to give more value for what we sell. Our company's motto is Aapki Jeet, Hamari Jeet. In the success of our customers lies our success. There are 4 promises that we work very hard on and we try to deliver to our customers. If I have to take you through these 4 promises, our vehicles need to be designed on the foundation of big on comfort. So we have the most spacious cabins in the industry where a customer can travel with very less fatigue. Also what we have is big on performance. Now that comes from power and torque that we provide with our vehicles along with bigger tires, so that a customer is able to move fast from one place to another. The third promise is big on savings, or as we like to call it, big on earnings. This comes from the fact that we have the vehicles, all of them are class leading in mileage. Let me give you an example. If your mileage is 2 kmpl more, and that is what we claim on our vehicles when compared to competition, over a 5-year period, the earning translates to 1.7 lakh rupees at the current diesel prices, which is very significant earning that the customer can get. The other thing that we have done, we have a cab over engine design. All traditional vehicles you will see engine are in the front. So we see a bonnet. These are all outdated designs. We have gone for cab over engine, front flat design, so that we save a lot of space while turning, and this space we provide in our loading areas. So we have class leading loading areas, class leading payload, and class leading mileage. And the last but the most important promise is on experience, and we believe that's a big differentiator. Our vehicles come with a 3-year 1 lakh kilometer warranty. We have about 600 touch points where we give sales and service experience to our customers. We also have a concept of service at site. Yes, this is also an industry first. We go to the customer's doorstep and do the repairs of his vehicles there. So a large part of the routine repairs are done at customer doorstep. They don't come to our workshops, a key differentiator that we've brought to this industry. So let me announce the price. We have an introductory price which is very aggressive. The Bada Dost I1 with the power steering version as standard, it will come at 7.9 lakhs, and the AC will be 25,000 more, coming at 8 lakh 15,000. The Bada Dost I2 with the power steering model will come at 8 lakh 63,000, and the anniversary edition that you saw will come at about 9 lakh 43,000 with all the features that you just saw in the video. So thank you very much for a patient listening. We'll move forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Viplav. You've taken the excitement so high that we can't really wait for the unveil. I'm sure our friends in media can wait a little longer for the Q&A session, after which we'll all move to the porch area for the unveil. Yeah, can we have Chairman and Mr. Rajat on the dais for the Q&A, please?
Any questions?
Hello.
Yeah.
We were expecting the CNG launch, but it luckily came out to be i3 and i2. Sorry, i1 and i2. So when we can expect the CNG range in those series?
To keep the excitement on very soon. I would say you will see both the Dost Plus and Bada Dost CNG launches very soon.
And one more thing, sir, the prices are really very aggressive. That's a very big thumbs up to the team Ashok Leyland.
Thank you.
Just a minute, ma'am. Mic is not working.
Mr. Hinduja, this is Nandini from Times of India. Just wanted to ask you two questions. Firstly, you said that the LCV market is going to grow at around 8 to 10%. If you could just share some light, what are the what will fuel that growth, and what kind of growth are you expecting for Ashok Leyland?
Well, like I said, I mean, this is based on data that we get from many different agencies. And we are expecting a good agricultural harvest. We are seeing increased movement in e-commerce. I think the whole e-commerce movement post-COVID, as I mentioned, has increased substantially. And so for this, the movement is very much desired by these smaller vehicles within the cities. And, sorry, what was your other question? You said the...
Ashok Leyland's LCV performance.
Well, the market growth is 8 to 10%. Our endeavor definitely is to increase our market share, so we will be growing faster than that. Yes.
One more question. Given that the raw material prices have softened, or at least have started to soften, do we see price cuts, etc., in your range? Because over the last 18 months or so, there have been multiple price increases because of raw material prices.
Well, you know, the commodity prices have softened, and we saw this softening as a result of the government-imposed 15% export tax that came in. I would not like to, let's say, second guess in terms of what we would be doing. But depending on how the market goes, of course, we will do any corrections that are necessary, but I think it's still a little too early to take a call on this. Rajat, would you like to add?
In fact, we've not been passing the material increase to the market. It's a very sensitive market, price-sensitive market. Hence, it is very difficult to comment exactly what will be our strategy. And second thing is this price easing, though material price has eased out, but actually, you know, there is an inventory which we have to consume. So, you will see the actual impact in Q4.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Bala from Business Line. What kind of positioning are you looking at for the new Bada Dost variants? Because recently one of your competitors came out with a new set of pickups, which offers higher tonnage. Also, the pricing was also a little lower compared to your new variants. So, is there a different positioning you are trying to do with this, so that you are slightly pricing it higher than the competition? What do you think will be the USP when compared with the competition?
Yeah, so if you see, we had Dost platform, which is a little bit in lower range of pricing, but Bada Dost being a customer-centric product, we have given unique propositions to customer, and the positioning of this will be entire 2 to 3.5 ton segment. So I1 will be placed some in the segment of 2.4, 2.5 ton. I2 will be in 2.8, 2.9 ton, and 3 ton and above we have I3 and I4. So this is based on the customer needs, especially the e-commerce sector and some of the market load applications where customer travel about 200 kilometers a day. So that's where we will position.
So it completes the entire gap you had in the medium or slightly in the higher segment, right?
Yes, 2 to 3.5 now we have covered everything.
What is the mileage promise in this new variant?
So in this new variant, it as of now it gives about 16 to 17 kilometers a liter.
Is there a sales target you have? What is the incremental volumes you're looking at with the new launches?
You're making it difficult for me.
But you seem to be...
Yeah, so of course, see, segment is growing. I mean, this year we've seen a phenomenal growth in the segment, which is growing at about 16%. So our share is growing. As I said, we are at 20.3% as of now. With these new launches, certainly it is going to go up.
Okay. But are the issues related to chips and semiconductors are behind now? Is it easing now? What is the situation? Because LCV was also one of the segments affected by the chip shortages.
Actually, the word you use, easing, is the right one, because I don't think we've seen the end of it yet. And if I look at the first 4 months of this year, our LCV sales would have been much higher if it had not been for the chip shortages. So yes, the indications that we get from our vendors is that the situation is improving, but we still need to come to the point where we can safely say that this is behind us.
Okay. Just one question. You said CNG is hitting the market soon, now you're preparing to launch. But are you coming at a time CNG prices have gone up? Suddenly, even the manufacturer also made a request for some help because CNG prices have shot up in recent weeks. What do you have to say about this? Is the timing right, you think?
Yeah, see, CNG prices has been fluctuating. Off late, it has gone quite high, but I feel that because of the government policies and regulatory regulations, it will be, mandatory. Like in Delhi, NCR, Ahmedabad, Pune, certain area, it has become mandatory and infrastructural grows. A lot of private player has come in CNG. So our calculation is that if the price difference is about 20 rupees and above between diesel and CNG, this segment is going to pick up again. So that's why, and positioning is that we have a low horsepower, one of the vehicle which is very successful, those CNG, and this will be now coming at higher horsepower, which will negotiate a lot of flyover, upgrade, uphill, etc. So that is a background of it.
Thank you.
Hi, Bala from Motor India Magazine this side. Congratulations on the launch. Just an extension of one of the earlier questions from Bala. Are you also looking to cater to the sub 2-ton segment? Is that a vacant area for Ashok Leyland? And also any more product gaps in the small and light commercial vehicle space that you are looking to fill in future?
I think what I mentioned in my speech as well, across the board for our trucks and for our buses, we want to make sure that we cater to every single segment. And so if your question is directly on sub 2-ton as well, I would say in due course of time we intend to fill up the whole segment.
And of course
and on the second question which you asked, between 2 to 7.5 where we are present, yes, there are product lineup is there to fill up the entire gap.
And of course the obvious question with the electrification drive that's happening, roughly, tentatively when can we expect the e-LCV to be out?
Which I mentioned, within 6 months' time, we're looking at launching of the electric LCVs as well.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Vaitishwaran from the New Indian Express. So adding on that question, given that the charging infrastructure is not complete in our country, do you think the rollout will take off? And what will be the pricing compared to the conventional fuel vehicles?
In terms of the takeoff, I think we do not see the LCV moving very fast in electric version in retail. It'll be very much on a B2B basis, and whether it's the logistics company, e-commerce companies, and for them, within their infrastructure, we will create the charging stations as well. So just like the buses, the vehicles will come back in the evening and will get charged up. As far as the pricing is concerned, I'd like to keep that on hold for the moment till we launch. But I think the intention is to be competitive and to make sure that when you look at the total cost of ownership, it will be a very viable product for the customer.
Hi, Krishnan from Motor Magazine. A couple of questions. One is the service interval of the vehicle. And the second one is the labor service charges seems to be pretty high is one complaint to which the operators keep telling us. What about the standardization of the service charges, though it is at the dealer point?
Service interval at present it is 10,000 kilometer, and though I know what you are trying to, yes, we are working on increasing the service interval. So with the OBD2 which is getting implemented on 1st April 23, we will enhance the service interval. This is one. Second, your second question is on labor charges. We keep checking labor charges and according to the market need, we keep altering that. The operator, we have a schedule, we have a service schedule, and once customer comes to our dealership, there is a standard service schedule which is, as compared to market, I would say is not high as such. Maybe if you are talking about perception, we will find out and we'll work on this. But as such, labor charges are highly competitive compared to other competition products in the market. And second thing is, if you look at 5-year and older vehicle, 5 to 6 year and older vehicle, they generally go out for service, but there is no comparison between outside service and our service. So that is the intention.
Hello, my name is Jaspal Singh, and I want to ask you a question about the safety features of Bada Dost.
Safety feature in the, first thing is that there is we've done enough safety test in the vehicle. There's a frontal beam which protects the driver. There have been very unpleasant incidents in the past, but we have done significant crash test and we came out very clearly on that norm. That is one. Second is in terms of ergonomics and the gaps between steering and the driver, the pedal gaps, etc. All has been considered and all the safety norms have been taken care very well while designing the vehicle. In fact, it is one of the safest LCV, I would say, the kind of incidents which I have seen, and no driver or passenger has been hurt so far.
Thank you, sir.
So just one more question. The e-commerce and associated areas are likely to drive LCV sales, I mean small commercial vehicle sales going forward. The future outlook, growth outlook is also bright. Just wanted to know, have you ever thought about entering sub-110 segment? Because that one segment is dominated by only one player, though there are a few other players. But with your, frugal engineering capabilities, cost management, skills, I mean, that could be an area because e-commerce and associated areas is going to give a lot of, opportunities. Have you ever thought about, you have not said firm no to that whenever I asked in the past. Is there still a plan?
Bala, what I would say is, if you see the 11-year journey we've had in LCV, it's been very short, but we've had a number of product launches and a number of variants as well. And I just want to re-emphasize that Ashok Leyland we are a full range player. There are certain segments that we're not filling at the moment. We have these launches, we have other products coming out as well. All I can tell you is when it comes to competing in the LCV segment, ICV, MHCV, we will have a whole host of products at a very extensive range of variants as well, and in all fuel types as well. There was the question on CNG earlier. Even if the price differential does not augur well for CNG at this point of time, as a company we want to make sure that we have products which will fulfill any customer's requirement. So whether it's CNG, whether it's electric, whether it's sub 2 ton as well. So you will see increasingly Ashok Leyland's aggressiveness within the LCV segment.
Hello. I have two questions. Hi, this is Rajesh here. First of all, I want to know about the programs related to the alternative fuels and hybrids. Do we have such programs lined up along with the electrification? The second question is, the Indian market is generally tilted towards the overloading scenarios and other things. So how do we position this Bada Dost in the segment of overloading? Normally in the LCV area, it is tend to have that overloading scenarios kept in mind. So if you, Mr. Rajat could highlight, or it would be nice.
I think on the first question, I already responded that the whole range, it's not just the LCV. Ashok Leyland's whole range is going to be available in CNG, LNG, hydrogen, electric, fuel cells. So the regulations change, customer preferences change, and we have the technology in-house, and you will gradually see during the course of the next 18 to 24 months, all of our variants and alternate fuels will be available.
Coming on to your second question, very tricky question. Usually market consider GVW as loading pattern. So if you say 2.5, they will load 2.5 and all. That's how the market runs. And Ashok Leyland predominantly is known for its best-in-class loading. So I would say our products are highly competitive. I wish that it can be regulated, but then whatever is the market need, we fulfill. So beyond this, it is left to anybody's imagination.
Can we have the last question, please, ladies and gentlemen? One last question.
So this is Vishnu from Trucks of India. So I just want to know that as we look after the engines, Ashok Leyland has always good engine with IGR technology and all these things. But when we comparing the cabins or the updation of the cabins, the most of cabins are not updated when comparing to the other competitors. Like we can in all types of cabins. Why you are not focusing in cabins to get more comfort? Asking about the all trucks.
In fact, I would say we have one of the widest ranges of cabins, looking at different price points. The captain cabin that we have is possibly right at the top end, one of the most sophisticated cabins that you can get in the Indian market. In the light end, I think Bada Dost is, again, one of the most contemporary cabins that you can see. In ICV, the boss cabin, again, it's literally just 3-4 years old. So from our perspective and from the feedback that we get from our customers, whether it's in the Dost cabin, Bada Dost, and in the captain cabins, we've never had any negative feedback. In fact, people always say that our vibration, noise, in all perspective, the cabins come out very well, including the design side.
Thank you, sirs.
Thank you.
1 minute. Can you please ask the question on the mic?
Yeah, we will be unveiling these surprises in Auto Expo.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We come to the most awaited part of today's event, the Grand Unveil. May I request you all to kindly move to the porch area outside for the Grand Unveil, followed by lunch. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Sorry.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us today.